In this episode, Barefoot for life.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 581 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Pumpcast, Gaincast, Jackcast, Phonecast, Coffeecast, Watercast, Glasses Cast, and Nipplecast. In the realm. Because when I pinch, when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Welcome to episode 581 of the Daily Mother Swole. Welcome to Flex Friday, and today is Barefoot for life. Today's episode is going to be fire. I've gotten a bunch of questions about my barefoot shoes and what's the dealio-yo with them. I'm getting a lot of flack on Instagram. Big surprise. Fuck all of you that hate on my shoes. I don't care. But I'm going to explain why I wear them and explain what they are, and you can find them and try them, and I'll explain how to progress into them. We'll talk all about that in a little bit, okay? Chill the fuck out. Got to get to the community comment of the day. And today is an actual Facebook review. Remember, everyone, if you have not yet left a Facebook review, I'm talking about a legit review where like you choose the stars and you write a comment, please go on my Facebook page. Mucho apreciado. I really appreciate it because if you like the swole and you like the gains and you like what I'm posting, even on Instagram, you can't leave reviews on Instagram. But if you go to Facebook and you can choose how many stars, if I deserve 5, give Papa Swole 5. I'll flex for you. But drop a review. I appreciate it because that means a lot for visibility. And also it's great to get feedback from the community. And so I know that I'm on point and I'm on track. You got to hold Papa Swole accountable. If I'm slacking, you got to let me know if I'm slacking. The thing is, Papa Swole don't slack. So let's get into the comment of the day. And this one is it's a Facebook review. It's from Antonia Weiss. And she says, this young man speaks a truth about fitness that should be heard by all. Seriously, he's a genuine fitness leader. Well, thank you so much, Antonia, and I am going to flex for you, my dear. Hopefully you saw that. And everyone that's watching right now, please show some love for Antonia and say, that was a great review. I think it was. Thank you. I try to be a leader, but I try to lead by example. And that's an important distinction. A lot of people try to get followers and try to get likes and try to get blah, 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 blah by just making noise and saying things. I want to be a leader by leading by example. I am never going to be that fat personal trainer, that lazy trainer, or someone that is just hypocritical. I go through my own trials and tribulations. I go through my own struggles. I go through my own ups and downs. But the bottom line is I am still here every day. I'm still training. I'm still on my focus and on my vision all the time. And if nothing else, get inspiration from that and follow suit. I will see you in the stars because that's where we're shooting for. People making those sick intergalactic gains. Ready for today's episode 581. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. If you do a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, welcome to the episode that's going to slap you upside the face if you're going to slack on a Friday. Stop eating shit. Stop drinking shit. No fucking happy hours. Put in work. It's Friday. Let's get into the show. Today's episode is 581. Barefoot is life. So a lot of you, I don't have them in here. I didn't even bring them in the room. I should have brought them. But my barefoot shoes, you'll see on Instagram. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go over to my Instagram page. It's at Swolenormous. Swolenormous everywhere, but it's at Swolenormous on Instagram. And if you have not yet checked out those shoes, they are my Vibram Classics, my Vibram 5 Fingers. And those are the originals that were ever made. And they look like ballet slippers. And everyone's like, oh, I can't take you seriously with those stupid shoes, man. They look freaking weird. First off, I don't give a fuck what you think, so I'm never going to stop wearing them because they are the best things that you can wear. Let me explain why. When you wear heels, I'm talking about not just high heels, guys. I'm talking about wearing an elevation in the heel. You are changing the ankle angle. You are changing the length of the calves and the Achilles tendon, and you're changing the pressure and the distribution of weight around your foot. So by elevating your heel, you are changing the length of the calf, you're changing the dynamics and the tension around the knee and around the hip all the way up to the neck. So you are putting pressure and changing the balance of your body. You're changing the dynamic posture and the static posture of your body. So number one. Number two, you're also weakening the foot muscles and you're weakening the integrity of the tendons, ligaments, and all the structures and the bone structure in your foot. Your foot supports your entire body. And we get limited movement as it is as a society. And when you start putting cushions on it, you actually decrease the bone density, decrease the integrity of the foot, you decrease the stress and the development of the musculature and the connective tissues in the foot. Now, one of the things to understand is that these arch supports and these cushions and these soft things, they are designed to make it softer, to cushion and to make sure you don't step on glass, this, that, and the other. But if you've ever walked around barefoot, I want to kill this misnomer and this misdirection, this bullshit argument that, oh, well, I don't want to step on anything. If you ever walked around barefoot in your life, you're super careful. When you're barefoot, you actually, chance of stepping on things are actually a lot less because you're careful where you walk. Big surprise, a human being is supposed to look around what you're stepping on. Yeah, it's the same thing when you're, well, I'll talk about, I'm not even going to get into this other topic. I'm not even going to mention it. I was going to talk about eating with your hands, but there's a reason why you're supposed to eat with your hands, and there's a reason why you're supposed to walk with your feet. Calluses on your feet are actually supposed to build as natural shoes. Your feet will toughen. Your feet will strengthen. You won't have the imbalance from the ankle positioning and the shortening of the calf muscles and the tendons and so forth. But you actually are very careful when you're walking. And you'll walk properly, you'll run properly, and all these things are the natural way the human being should be. So Nike popularized the heel and the cushion, the running sneaker, which got everyone to run heel to toe when in fact you're supposed to be running midfoot on the balls of your feet and use a natural shock absorption in your foot. But running shoes give a big cushion. They shorten the calf muscle, they shorten the Achilles tendon by elevating the heel. That way, when you're running and you're striking, there's less stretch, there's less tension, and you have less fatigue. You could run farther, technically, or in theory, but you're also creating a lot of impact with every strike that reverberates all the way up the spine. You have a lot of injuries, a lot of changing of the gait and the stride length and where the force is distributed every time you make impact, because the shoe and the sole is now the part that absorbs the force as opposed to the natural arch in the foot that's supposed to cushion and absorb the shock. So at a fundamental level, the only place that the body touches the ground, you're changing the dynamic, you're changing the posture, you're changing what the support system is and where the weight and the musculature is distributed. So your muscles are getting weaker. You're changing like Jenga. You're realigning the body or realigning the position of the entire system. One of the things that you need to be aware of is, since you've been wearing shoes since you're a baby and you're a child, your foot has formed differently to fit inside the toe box. If you never wear shoes your entire life, your foot will be more wide and more flat. A baby's foot is actually formed into their shoes. So if you're a parent and you're watching, take those shoes off your little baby. You're forming their little bone structures into these shoes that will affect them the rest of their life. Also, you need to be aware of the transitioning back from wearing shoes and babying your feet your entire life to doing these barefoot shoes. A lot of people put on these barefoot shoes and go running and they hurt themselves, stress fractures and such, because your muscles and the body, the impact, it can't handle that stress. So make sure that you just start by walking barefoot around the house. Don't put these Vibrams on or don't put these barefoot shoes on and start going jumping and doing impact or doing squats or doing treadmill work. Just go barefoot more around your house, go on the grass, do more yoga, strengthen your feet, and then maybe transition to maybe an hour or so a day on harder surfaces walking around with barefoot shoes. But you have to transition into it very gradually. I wore them and I felt great, and I wore them regularly, and I worked in a place where there was tile floors and I wore them too much too often, and I was doing running on treadmills and stuff, and I just progressed too quickly and I ended up getting a little stress fracture and soreness in the top of my foot and caused a little bit of issues there. But luckily, it wasn't too severe because I usually have good form and I took care of it. I caught it early, but I backed off and I built up into it properly. And this is years ago, but now I don't have any issues whatsoever. So just make sure that you give your body the due time to readapt to it, because it's been your entire life that it's never experienced this. So just start being barefoot more often. Practice more yoga. If you have a lot of tightness, which you probably do if you wear heels a lot, you've worn shoes or dress shoes your entire life for work, you've just been wearing sneakers or boots or whatever your entire life, you need to do more yoga to help balance out the ankle joints. Just be barefoot more often. That's why I love yoga so much, because it is barefoot and you are stretching and lengthening all these muscles that need to lengthen in order to make this optimal. So barefoot training is fantastic. Being barefoot is great. It's amazing. It helps the body balance itself out naturally. You can feel the ground better. You're more tactile. You have better proprioception. It's more natural. and it just strengthens all the muscles that should be strengthened to support your entire structure. Welcome to life. Welcome to being a fucking Homo sapien. But barefoot shoes and barefoot training is amazing. I love it. I'm never looking back. I don't care what the fuck you say or if they look weird to you. I don't care. They're awesome. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 581. Do you wear barefoot shoes? Do you like them? What are your thoughts? Drop the comment below, and I'll see you tomorrow on Saturday for episode 582 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose. I'll catch y'all tomorrow for 580 dose. Slaters.